I don't think we have to worry about your AG doing any of that nonsense from Florida.
Oh, we're good here in Florida.
You're good there. But would you agree with me? Because there are several of these purplish states where they look very red on the surface, maybe the gov even, but for sure the state house is. But then they got a blue attorney general, maybe even a blue gov, and these attorneys generals are sue happy. And I don't see people, except for maybe in one or two states, getting off their butts and doing something about it.
Yeah, definitely where you have situations where it's a Republican governor and a Democratic AG where the legislature is majority Republican, you absolutely could take action and rein those people in. And I think they should. More and more of our state legislatures should back up Trump and all these things. But the bottom line is all these things, all these cases make it through the judicial process to the United States Supreme Court. Trump's going to be successful. He can absolutely constitutionally do everything that he's doing. It is 100% within the purview of the president to do that. We in Congress have to come back and back him up. So on doing away and not funding USAID, I filed a bill to do away with USAID. So Congress has to come behind him and pass laws when we have the House and the Senate to make all of this stuff permanent. So a future administration can't come back and then change through executive order what President Trump has done.
So you want to get rid of USAID, and this is not because you think the agency's horrible or they don't do any good work or you hated them before. It's because your eyes have been opened, you've seen the wasteful spending, and it's nothing but a damn slush fund.
Yeah, I mean, I could go through the list. $2 million to Guatemala for sex change operations, money to terrorists, money to trans operas in other countries. I mean, I could, if you follow me on social media at Rep. Greg Steube, there's lists of all of the atrocities that USAID has done, and it's all this progressive woke stuff in other countries. Why are we focused on other countries? When President Biden, right before he left office, gave billions, and I say with a B, billions of dollars to Africa, when Americans in Florida, in North Carolina, and California are hurting from natural disasters, and you're going to give money to Africa? Why are you doing that? It's because Biden obviously cares more about Africans than he does about his own Americans that are hurting. So we should be focused on America first. President Trump is doing that, but we got to come behind him in Congress and do the appropriations the way that we need to do that to back the president up.
So you heard me say at the beginning, Trump has signed dozens and dozens of executive orders. There's been a couple bills that have come on his desk. What else is coming down the pike that you guys have not announced yet? Because I know you and others were on the program well before the inauguration when we knew Trump had won, and we kept saying, all right, let's have bills ready. Let's have bills ready. Obviously, Democrats aren't going to agree with you guys, but we've got the speaker. We've got the majority. There should be more bills that are America first coming from the Republican-led House to get in front of the president to sign. So what's in the works?
Yeah, another big, bold piece of legislation is doing away with the Federal Department of Education. What's the purpose of having it when it's a state mandate for the states to be able to be involved in their state's education? Then you have school districts in every county in each state. So I hope that the president, and he can, and I believe he can do this, just not appropriate the monies that have been appropriated to DOE and don't spend it. And then we in Congress, Thomas Massie has a bill that I'm co-sponsoring, can come back behind him and do away with the Federal Department of Education. We can do these type of spending issues through the reconciliation process, so we don't need 60 votes in the Senate. Do it through reconciliation. We only need a majority in the Senate to get this type of stuff done. We have to be bold. We are $36 trillion in debt. We are failing economically in this country. We are running $2.5 to $3.5 trillion deficits. CBO just came out yesterday and said we're $8 billion in the hole right now. So we are facing a fiscal crisis. We have to cut wasteful and fraudulent spending.
And that goes to Team Doge and Elon Musk's team.
100%.
Greg, what do you make of all the hoopla by the left, by the media, claiming that Elon's just going to steal all our private info when he gets in these departments and give it to his billionaire friends, and they're going to get richer, and this is all bad news? They have nothing good to say about what he's doing when he's exposed billions in fraud and waste.
Hundreds of billions. And what's interesting, if you listen to Democrats' arguments, they don't try to defend, yeah, we think $2 million should go to Guatemala for sex change operations. Yeah, we think our money should go to the Taliban. They're not defending that. They're just trying to say that, oh, what Elon's doing is unconstitutional. You know how many people in Biden's administration were appointed by the president and didn't get Senate confirmation and didn't get elected by anybody to do what they were doing? like thousands of people that fall into those things.
Yeah.
So there's obviously safeguards if you're working for a government agency to protect consumer data, to protect taxpayer data. They're not going to be involved in that.
Exactly.
They're identifying the fraud that we have to address in Congress. And the president's right on, man. The American people love him. They love what he's doing. They love all these cuts. They love what Doge is doing. And the Democrats just can't help themselves but to light their hair on fire.
Yep, 10 seconds left. You're a vet. I'm a vet, so I got to throw these out real quick. Pete Hegseth, our awesome new SecDef, is saying he is bringing the troops back that Biden kicked out over the mandate, and President Trump and him also officially banned transgenders from joining the military. No more paying for sex changes for mentally ill patients. I just, as a veteran and a congressman, wanted your thoughts on cleaning up the military, Stoobs. Go ahead.
Yeah, amen. Thank you for bringing the Department of Defense back to war fighting, what it should be. That's what our focus should be, not on fighting climate change as the #1 national security threat to the United States. So I'm very happy with what the president and Secretary Hegseth are doing.
As always, Congressman Greg Steube, nice seeing you, brother. You take care.
Good to see you.
Yep.
You too.